Hey there, Double Play. Welcome in. We are just getting started at the moment. Give me a few seconds or a few minutes to get everything kind of situated here. Looks like we are live on YouTube as well. Seem to have gotten that stream resolved, so that's good. Yeah, no worries. I know I tend to when I'm not streaming myself, I kind of rotate in and out through different artists. So we'll be working on this for a while, so feel free to pop in and out as you can. Welcome in Starcrow, welcome in Four Leaf. Just getting situated, and we're going to start working on this piece this evening. Let's see. Actually, lower that a little bit. How is everybody doing tonight? Where's everybody tuning in from? All right. I figured it might be kind of fun to work on something Superman related tonight. So, here we go. For anyone tuning in who might be new to my streams, my name's Chris. I like to draw stuff, mostly comics type stuff. Feel free, if you want, you can poke around the Buy It Now area, the bin, and you can get a sense of some of the type of work I do. I do sketch cards, do sketch covers, sticky notes, that kind of a thing. This is actually on a sheet of Bristol board. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit, I think, here to get us started. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Oh, sorry, pup. And I got my trusty pup hanging out next to me here. So, I'm going to start working on some inks, going over this piece a little bit. And I think what I might do too as I draw, I've got a bunch of stuff listed in the bin. Why don't we try a couple things out here? In addition to what I'm going to be hanging out drawing tonight, I've got sketch cards like this guy hanging out in the bin. I'm going to go ahead and just pin him to the bottom for a little bit in case anyone is interested in picking up a Charmander sketch card. Trying to talk and pin at the same time. So we'll swap out sketch cards and things throughout the show. I'll see if there's any interest in any of this stuff this evening. If there's anything in the Buy It Now that you would like to see up close, just let me know. I can bring it into the stream and give you a better look at some of the comics or cards or sticky notes, anything like that. Welcome in, big boy. Welcome in anyone who I may have missed. If you're watching over on YouTube, welcome in there as well. Appreciate everybody popping in and out, checking out some of the show tonight. All right. With that, let me actually get to drawing some. Figure out which of these tips I actually really want. Ooh, I don't want that one. I know I don't want that one. There we go. There we go. Start with this one. Feel free to, if you have any questions, comments, anything, you can feel free to shout those out in the chat. I will try to keep an eye on it periodically. Let me know too, chat, where you're watching from. I am always interested in hearing and seeing where different folks tune in. I am based in Southeast Florida. If anybody's familiar, it's Port St. Lucie. If there's any baseball fans, Port St. Lucie is probably most notable because the New York Mets train here in spring. We also have their single A team right here. We're about an hour and a half from Orlando, an hour and a half from Miami, kind of centrally located on the East Coast. Not sure if we'll get through this entire drawing this evening, but we're going to try to at least get the inks situated. I do want to come back in and add some color to it. We may or may not get to some of that during this stream, but we'll play it by ear. I tend to kind of play some of my streams by ear, so to speak. Let me just see where we end up. Of course, if we've got Crypto and Superman here playing around in the air a little bit, if Crypto wants to play probably like my pup, Crypto's bringing a ball. And again, if anybody has just popped in, don't forget we've got this sketch card currently pinned to the show if anyone is interested in that. Otherwise, I will be swapping that out momentarily. We'll throw something else out there in case anyone's interested. If you're watching over on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in there as well. Just be aware, I'm probably going to be paying a lot more attention to the Whatnot stream, just from the nature of how I draw and stream. Plus, you'll see I'm pinning some items to the bottom to the bottom of the chat in case anyone is interested in picking those up. If you're interested in purchasing any art tonight, make sure you scan that QR code at the top of the YouTube video. And if you're not already on Whatnot, you can use that link to sign up, and you should get some free money to spend on Whatnot. I'm not saying you need to use it with me, although you certainly could. But hey, free money is free money, right? But I appreciate everybody tuning in wherever you are tuning in from. So yeah, I did the pencils just before going live. I just wanted to go ahead and roughen the pencils and kind of get an idea of what this was going to look like before starting the stream. Plus, I found for me personally, it's a little easier for me to manage the chat and see who's out there while I'm inking, rather than if I was trying to figure out my pencils and stuff as well. But that's just a little inside baseball. I am probably going to start cleaning up. Speaking of pencils, I'm going to start cleaning up some of this momentarily. By the way, I don't currently have this piece listed in Whatnot, but if you like what you're seeing, if you're interested in picking this up, let me know. We can get it added in there. Again, I don't know if I'll have it actually fully finished this evening, but we will see how it comes together. And if you enjoy this type of work or this type of stream at all, feel free to I invite you to give me a like, a follow, a subscribe, whatever the lingo is. I have several shows scheduled over the next upcoming Tuesdays, and I'm going to try to make this a regular feature. Not sure what I'll work on in those upcoming shows, but it'll be something similar to this. It'll be sketch cards, sketch covers, Bristol board drawing like this is, anything along that line. Welcome in, welcome in. I see a few folks have hopped into the chat here. Appreciate you all tuning in. Hi, Jason. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Thanks for hopping in here this evening and giving a little bit of a watch. Where are you watching from this evening? Oh, Jason B. Sorry, I'm looking over at my screen here. Jason B. Sorry. I didn't see the B. Okay, I know who you are. I thought you were a very excited viewer at first there. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you watching this evening. Yeah, we're going to try to work on Superman. Felt like, I don't know, for some reason I just felt like this was a good week to maybe work on a Superman. I don't know why that is. So you're off this evening, Jason, or are you on break, or what's your current status? Hey, thanks for boosting the show. Holy cow, I appreciate that. That is super cool. You are off. Well, that is exciting. Hey, very good. Well, I hope you can hang out and watch for a little bit. I appreciate you boosting the show. That is super kind of you. And I think I'm about to swap out. I can't talk. So we're going to switch out what I have pinned for the moment. So for anybody who might have just hopped in, we had the Charmander sketch card pinned to the bottom. I'm just trying something out tonight. I'm going to try to pin some different items throughout the show in case there is anything anyone might be interested in. Let's see. You know what? You may also, feel free to take a look through the Buy It Now, through the bin area, because I have multiple different things kind of floating around there. It'll also give you a sense of the type of work that I do. Okay, let me find. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to pin this one next. All right, next up, I'm pinning this Battle Beast sketch card. This is one of my newer sketch cards. I just did this one maybe within the last couple of weeks or so. It's relatively recent. I'm going to go ahead and pin that to the bottom for a little bit. Oh, thanks. Hey, appreciate that. Jeff is a fun one. I kind of went through a little bit of a fascination phase with him. So I do have several of those, or a couple of those, maybe not several, a couple of those floating around. Floating. Didn't mean that, but you know what I mean. I'm also, Jason, you might be interested in this. I've started picking up Saturday shifts at the comic shop, just to kind of do something a little different and help John out a bit. So I'm thinking this Saturday when I come by, I'm going to have some of my art with me, just in case anybody is interested or wants to look at it, that kind of a thing. So I might start doing that when I'm in there. I should be in there each Saturday coming up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Living out my goofy childhood dreams of not quite owning a comic shop, but I get to work in one for a bit and live vicariously through it. Have you picked up any new art lately? Welcome in, Hot Scully. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. So, Jason, do you watch a lot of artists here on Whatnot? So, good question. I would say so. Yes, I would be happy to do a commission on your sketch covers. I'm not. I'm hesitant to have you buy that upgrade through here because it was set up. The ones I set up here were specific to kind of go along with the covers that I have for sale in the bin. If that makes any sense. Um, are you able to come by the shop on Saturday, or will you be busy? I'm gonna say if you want, you can stop by. We can chat about it in more detail, and then I can get to working on what you want. I do have another sketch cover that has been commissioned. I've got to work on that one first. So as long as you're not in a rush, I should be able to take care of that for you. 10-4. Yeah, no worries. And I'll be there every Saturday for the foreseeable future. So if you don't make it in this week, I mean, you can message me here. You can message me through Instagram or however you want to. We can chat about it for sure. What are you thinking about? Like what's the cover you have first of all? What's the sketch cover, and then what are you thinking about that you want on it? Welcome in, Echo Echo. How are you this evening? I am doing well, thank you. Getting to do some drawing, getting to hang out with some cool people. Appreciate you tuning in. And Jason, I see you mentioned that you haven't watched a whole lot of artists here on Whatnot yet. Well, then you, my friend, are in for a treat. I encourage you to do so. There's a lot of really talented folks across Whatnot who um, do commissions, do draw different projects. Yeah, it's been a fun place for sure. And Marcus has started too. I don't know if you've seen him. Marcus is doing some shows. He draws on Wednesdays typically. I think that's his schedule for right now. Wednesdays at 10:30, I think. Welcome in, Ken XO. How are you doing? Welcome in, everyone, over on YouTube as well. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate you hanging out for a bit, keeping me company while I draw. We're going to draw Superman and Crypto here, playing a bit, and then, yeah, see how long we go. I have my Battle Beast sketch card, which is now collecting pencil shavings, but we can take care of that. This is pinned to the bottom if anybody's interested in that. That is available for sale. I do have other sketch cards, sketch covers, sticky notes, things like that in the Buy It Now. Feel free to take a look around. ASM 1, Uncanny X-Men 1, Absolute Batman 1. Oh, that's a cool trio of sketch covers. I like it. Welcome in, Mark. How are you? So, Jason, I see we had a couple of card shows in our area over the 4th of July weekend. Did you make it to any of them? I know Port St. Lucie had theirs, which they do pretty regularly, and Stewart had one down at the Kane Center. I didn't make it. I was working in the shop, but I saw they were going on and heard from some folks at the Port St. Lucie one that it was pretty busy. So, Jason, I know I said we can talk about this more for sure, but which of those books were you leaning towards getting a commission on, and what or who were you thinking of? whole thing just wobbled on me. Welcome in, comics. How are you doing? Okay, very cool. Absolute Batman's pretty cool. I'm a little behind on the books, but I was really enjoying that series for sure. That was a fun one. Hmm. Okay. You know what I think I might do? Let me actually work on this background a little bit. I think I might just start doing that for now. And this is going to be a test because I'm sure I don't have enough. I have another one. Well, yeah, we'll go as long as this marker allows as far as background is concerned. But I can already tell you it's not going to last much longer. And I thought for sure I had another one. Yeah, no, I don't. All right, well, we'll see. If not, I will replenish this marker and then just continue with the background at least on my own. Of course, now I'm in my own head because that's bugging me. I know I had another one. The marker gnomes are messing with my supply. All right, well, let's just let's work on some more of Soup himself, and we'll see what we can do here. Making some marks on my scrap here to see what I can what I want to work with. Welcome in, Rye. Welcome in, Geo. Welcome in to anyone who I might have missed. I appreciate you all tuning in, stopping by, passing through, whatever the circumstances might be. Hello, Black Order Comics. How are you doing this evening? Welcome in, Tommy. How are you doing this fine Tuesday evening? Tuesday, yeah. For some reason, I thought it was Monday for a minute. But I'm glad it's not, because that means it's Tuesday, which means tomorrow is Wednesday, which is, of course, New Comic Book Day. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. What's everybody looking forward to on New Comic Book Day? Jason, what are you reading? What are you picking up? What's on your pull list tomorrow? Welcome in, Face. Oh, is there a new Uncanny Valley tomorrow? I fell behind on it. I have like issues 1 through 8, and I hate to admit it, but I haven't even read any of them yet. But I really dug the idea, and I dug the art, and it seemed like the type of thing I would really get a kick out of. I just have fallen behind on a bunch of books. In fact, they are sitting on my spinner rack behind me, probably giving me dirty looks because I haven't read any of them yet. But I also don't know that I saw it on the list. Ooh. Yikes. Oh, sorry to hear that about the leak. That's certainly a fear that books might get destroyed somehow. Hopefully it didn't cause too much other damage to your house and your books and other things. I hope everything's okay there. So I just got caught up on. I say caught up. They're only on, I think, the third issue, but Moonshine Bigfoot. I am getting a kick out of. Are you reading that one by any chance? That's pretty much what you would expect from something with the title of Moonshine Bigfoot, but it's got a lot of '80s energy to it. It's just kind of goofy, fun. Oh, you didn't read it yet? Well, I would recommend. I would highly recommend that one. It's a fun read. I will say no more about it. I don't want to spoil anything, other than it's fun. I'm also the one that I'm also caught up on right now is Jump Scare. I'm really enjoying Jump Scare. That one's been good. Minor Arcana. I've seen that one. I may actually have bought one of those. What are they up to right now on that one? How many are out? Because I know I've seen it. Um, Ooh, oh, 9? Oh, well, then that might be the type of thing that I might have bought one when I saw it, and I don't know if I even bought that, but I certainly haven't kept up with it. It looked interesting, but no, I can't say I've read that one. But you recommend that one? You're enjoying that one so far? There was a book John was really talking up the other day at the shop, and I set one of them in my box so I could pick it up when I come in tomorrow. No, I can't remember the name of it. Exquisite Souls. Does that sound right? Exquisite, something like that. And he really sold me on it when he was telling me about the kind of premise and everything. So I'm looking forward to giving that one a read. Hopefully, I actually read it in a timely manner and I don't just neglect it like I do so many of my books. Oh, I just realized I messed something up. Hopefully, it won't cause me too much of a problem. Yeah, Feral is great. I really like Feral too. And I think the One World Under Doom main title has been really good. I've been enjoying that one. I haven't really read too many of the spin-offs and other titles within that crossover, but I am liking the main story there. Welcome in, Lord Jeremy. How are you doing? I'm not even sure what I have on my pull list for tomorrow, though. I kind of screwed up and I missed some time loading things, so I'm curious to see. I got to log in after I get done with here and see what I even have on there. Oh, the one that's in my store, my bin, the TMNT that I did. I appreciate that. That was a fun one. I got to draw some more turtle stuff. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like that one too. Welcome in, Sean. Welcome in, Qui-Gon. How are you all doing this evening? Appreciate y'all stopping in. All right, why don't we go ahead and we're going to swap out pinned items again. I had the Battle Beast sketch card pinned to the bottom in case anybody was interested in that one this evening. I'm going to swap it out with one of the others that's in the bin. And let's see. You know what? Let's swap it out with the one that I drew in my last stream last week. We had a request for Space Ghost, so let's go ahead and swap it out with him. Now I just got to find it in my bin. Hopefully I loaded it. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, we got Space Ghost pinned to the bottom. If anybody's interested in that one, it is available. If you see anything else in the Buy It Now that you would like to get a closer look at, just let me know. I can be happy to bring it into the stream here and you can get a better look. Otherwise, I'm going to continue working on Superman here for a bit, but I'm probably going to start winding this one down for the evening. I've got to replenish a couple of markers, so might start to... What I may do is once I finish Superman himself, I might go ahead and call it for tonight, and then I will continue this piece on another day. But we're not done yet. We're gonna just keep going here. By the way, be sure to go ahead and follow or bookmark future shows. I'm going to starting tonight. My shows are going to be on Tuesdays at this time. So what do we start? 8 p.m. We'll start about 8 p.m. I know I typically say that I'm winging how long they go. They typically go for about an hour, give or take. Depending on what we're working on, depending on requests, that kind of a thing, they might go a little longer. But I'd say it's a safe bet to assume I'll be on for at least an hour. All right. Yeah, I screwed up a little bit on this one, if you can probably tell, when I was trying to work in my sky. I unfortunately forgot that I had cape going on here. What the heck, Chris? What the heck? So it's all right. We'll make that work. Shouldn't be too bad. I got to work in some shading into the cape anyway, right? No, we're going to try to get most of this cape color in here. In fact, I don't know why I'm brushing. Let me do it this way. Welcome in, Magor. Sorry, I apologize if I'm butchering your name, but welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. And I'll have to make Crypto's cape a little bit different shade so that they don't completely blend in, because of course his cape is also falling into this area. But that will be fine. It will all be fine. Everything's fine. If you're watching over on YouTube, I apologize if I'm accidentally ignoring anyone over there. I do appreciate you tuning in. I am primarily, typically the Whatnot stream gets the bulk of my focus during these shows, just because that is where folks can purchase art. That's where they can make recommendations, where they can pick up commissions, things like that. I try to simulcast through to YouTube at the same time because it lets me, and that way, hopefully, some folks get to watch over there. But the bulk of the interaction does take place on Whatnot. So, if I've missed anybody throughout the stream over on YouTube, I apologize. Feel free to use the QR code that's in the upper corner of that video. You can use that to join Whatnot. Come hang out with us here. As I've mentioned once or twice, if you use that, if you don't already have a Whatnot account, if you scan that code, if you use my referral link to create one, you'll get a few bucks to spend on the site. I'll get a few bucks to spend on the site. It's a win-win for all of us. And it's all Whatnot's money. So you could use that to buy some art. Subtle hint. Or you could use it anywhere. Depending on what your interests are, there is a corner of Whatnot for you. There's card breaks going on. There's sneakers being sold. There's all kinds of cool stuff happening on the platform. So why not get a few bucks to spend? All right. I'm sure there will probably still be some more that I end up doing to Superman. For instance, shading in the cape, I'll probably go back in and add a little bit more cross hatching. Probably add a little more line work, or at least reinforce some line work over him once I'm finished. But once I get this color blocked in, I will probably wrap up for the evening. So if there's anything anybody would like to see, if there's anything you'd like to add to your collection, any questions you have, any comments, anything along that nature, feel free to shout them out. I will check in before I check out. And then once I wrap up for the evening, again, I hope to see you all back here next Tuesday when we'll be doing some more artwork. All right. There we are. We've got this piece started. And I'm actually feeling pretty good about it so far. So here's where we're at. I am going to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. I got to go wash some dishes, do some stuff like that, which is less fun on the whatnot front. But I appreciate everybody who has tuned in, um, passed through, stopped by to say hi, all that kind of fun stuff. Thanks, sir. Appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you boosting the show. Really do. Thanks for watching, and hopefully, I'll see you soon. All right, everybody. Have a good night.